Ladies and gentlemen, we want you to stand and we want you to make some noise.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go racing here at Knoxville.
Only the best go 3 abreast.
It is show time at Williams Grove Speedway.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here at Eldora Speedway, it's showtime!
You got them for a rep. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the world of outlaws.
It's time to sit back, relax, and enjoy because, ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime!
Set to do battle for 30 laps. The green flag is waving.
Hello again, it's MRN's Wing Nation, presented by Hercules Tires. Right on our strength, we are glad you joined us. Talking sprint car racing, our favorite time of the week. Erin and Steve Post, we have a great program for you. Coming up on the show, we have got Bill Balog, a North Pole nightmare sighting. Oh my gosh. Well, he either is on Wing Nation or Victory Lane.
Absolutely.
And then we've got Sam Hafertepe Jr. joining us as well. And well, he is either on Wing Nation or Victory Lane as well. Amazing seasons by both of those drivers, and we are going to talk to both of those gentlemen after big wins this weekend here on Wing Nation. As I mentioned alongside, Erin Evernham is here. How are you? How's things?
Good, good. I mean, I didn't get to go to any races this weekend, but I was tuned in.
I saw the picture, tuned in. The Erin's way of tuning in is Dirt Vision in the background, baby monitor for Kate, and the wine. A glass of wine because hashtag the wine is key.
Absolutely.
Exactly. So you were twisted in. I was actually in Dover at a hotel room checking out all the stuff from Williams Grove, and you know, we talk about it ad nauseum. We can't stop talking about it. When the Outlaws roll into Pennsylvania, the energy level, the passion, the excitement goes through the roof. And that's what it was. It was a great, and for the first time in a long time, they had a great weather weekend for the National Open, which kudos to everybody there because they've been struggling with that over the last couple of years.
Yeah, absolutely. And I thought, you know, shots, gravel, great competition, but there was there was controversy on Thursday night with some guys.
You think?
You had James McFadden come in and get his first Outlaw win. I think it was a great weekend.
Great weekend, that's for sure. All kinds of great stories, all kinds of great stuff, and that takes us right straight to the Classic Inc. Screen printing and embroidery hot topics, and the hot topic from Williams Grove was David Gravel. Second time he's won $50,000 in the National Open, 16th World of Outlaw win, 18th win overall because he won a prelim night at Knoxville and he won an all-star race. Erin, I think we saw David Gravel. We've seen him improve every year, but I'm not sure that I can say I'd be sitting here with 16 Outlaw wins. I'm not sure I saw this coming. That guy is knocking it out of the ballpark.
Me either. I think the level of confidence that he drives with now is a whole new level. I think, you know, he had something at Knoxville happen that was a mechanical failure, but he was going to give Donnie a run for his money. And to see what he did and to know he's got that pressure, although, I mean, the whole field was great, but he had Donnie on his tail. And to just hold him off and to not make any mistakes like he hasn't, like he's been doing an excellent job driving.
I think you nailed it when you said the way he's driving. I talking as we talked in Jackson and Charlotte and go to Knoxville and you talk to crew chiefs and you talk to people. Barry Jackson is among the best. Chad and Jen Clemens, they're among the best. That's not complimenting the driver is not saying that he's carrying the equipment, carrying the team owners. They're all really good. But in talking with other crew chiefs and other people in the garage, there's all kinds of phrases they've used. Many I'm not going to use here on the air, but he is just driving the wheels off those race cars.
Absolutely. And even in his interviews, you don't really hear him often say the car needs to be right or anything about the car. He says oftentimes that I need to make the right decisions. Like he just takes a lot of responsibility as a driver, and he's getting it done. But I've noticed that in the last few interviews. He said, well, I just need to make the right decisions in the feature, and everything will fall my way. He doesn't even mention the mechanics of the car. Right.
And he's confident in what Barry has put under him and what Chad and Jem have put out there for him.
Exactly.
He's got that confidence, which allows him to be that driver. So it does take a team, but he is wheeling a race car, and that is one of our Classic Inc. And really, I'm going to kind of tie him into the other one. I'm looking at this season, and my friend Brad Brown does ibracing.com, and one of my favorite aspects of it is the all-time win list or the season-long win list. Donnie Schatz at 21. Sam Hafertepe, David Gravel, Dylan Westbrook. We had Dylan on our MAV TV show. He's up at Oswegan as his home track. 18 wins. Balog with 16 wins. Quietly out in California, Kyle Hurst with 15 wins. Erin, Sam's got a lot of racing to go, and David's got a lot of racing to go. we're looking at, I mean, Bill's got to get 4 wins. I'm not sure how much more racing he's got left. I'm not sure what Dylan has up there. We literally looking at, we could have 3 drivers that are in the 20-win category this year.
That's incredible. It really is. I mean, some of those guys have come a long way, like Sam Hafertepe. I mean, he's unbeatable right now in ASCS, but just a few years back, he was just, it's just really neat to me to see some of these guys, even David Gravel, seeing him as a rookie, 5 or 6 years ago, and now he's up here with Donnie Schatz. It's
amazing. It really is. We're at a really good spot, and we talk about the level of competition. Yet there's this huge level of competition, yet we've got potential for 3 guys at least knocking out 20 wins. So it's great. It's great stuff. It's great performance. And as much as anything else, I think one of the things I really appreciate and love is just excellence on display.
Yep.
And we always see that with Donnie Schatz, but we're watching it with David Gravel, with Sam Hafertepe, with Dylan Westbrook, Bill Balog, Kyle Hurst with 15 wins. It's amazing. It really is. And there you have it, your Classic Ink screen printing and embroidery hot topics here on the program. Of course, Classic Ink, great for T-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, towels, hats, and a whole lot more. Find out why Brian Brown chooses them. You can find out all the information at www.classicinkusa.com. That's classicinkusa.com. Speaking of that Bill Balog with 16 wins, we're going to step away. When we come back, we'll chat with the North Pole Nightmare.
Classic Ink USA Screen Printing and Embroidery is constantly testing the limits of custom racewear and specialized embroidery. Headquartered in Western Pennsylvania, Classic Ink holds the highest standard, maximizing your return as well as the ultimate customer satisfaction. From track swag fanwear to quick crew wear, Classic Ink has you covered. Their dedicated staff and designers will keep your race team and fans looking sharp. Contact Classic Ink today and get your team ahead of the competition. www.classicinkusa.com. That's Classic Ink at the track and on your back.
Only the best go 3 abreast, and they're coming to a track near you in 2017. No matter where you're at, the American Sprint Car Series is near you. From the Lucas Oil ASCS National Tour, presented by the Mad TV Motorsports Network, to any of the 7 ASCS Regional Tours, there's over 150 nights of racing to choose from in 2017. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for updates. Listen live on RacingBoys.com and get the full rundown at ASCSRacing.com.
O'Reilly. If your wiper blades are worn and streaking, stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts and save $8 instantly on a pair of Trico Force wiper blades. Improve visibility and save money with Trico Force wiper blades. Plus, take advantage of O'Reilly Auto Parts' free wiper blade installation. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. Limits apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hi, I'm Paul McMahon, and you're listening to Wing Nation.
Welcome back. It is MRN's Wing Nation, presented by Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength. Before the break, during our Classic Ink screen printing embroidery hot topics, we talked about drivers that have a lot of wins this season. Let's go right to the hotline, because a driver that is 16 wins into the season and counting is the North Pole Nightmare. Joins us on the line. Bill Balog is on the phone. Hey, Bill, welcome back to the show.
Hey guys, how's it going?
I am doing well. I'm looking at win totals, and every time I turn around, I see another picture of you in victory lane. I would dare say it's going pretty well for you as well. Tell us how things have been going for you.
Yeah, it's been going great, really. We kind of been off the last few weeks a little bit. Just, I don't know, things just kind of change and evolve, and we kind of let it get away from us. But kind of got it fixed back up last weekend, and yeah, it's just been going really good, you know, just been trying to get the wins and trying to have a good time at the same time.
Bill, you mentioned that things have been a little off, which for us is hard to see with all these wins and reaching 100 wins this season. I saw on Twitter that you posted a picture of a new frame. Did you guys change something? Is that what you're talking about, how you kind of got things figured back out?
No, I'm going to probably, that's what I'm doing now, is I'm putting that car together. I got an old Ford truck, and I have that new Sprint car, and when I get sick of working on one, I move to the other one. But now we've just been using the same car, and I don't really know, you know, things just kind of change. I don't know if it's the tire or whatever, but we were running a couple weeks ago, and it was the worst thing I've ever driven, you know, and we couldn't really figure out why, so it was just kind of time for some new bars and update the shocks a little bit and stuff like that. So whatever we did, we also kind of went along with a different approach, just with the weight jacking and stuff like that, and the shock rebounds and stuff, and that seemed to help a lot.
Well, it is. But Bill, when you talk about a struggle, and you talk about struggling that night, but we brought it in the show, 16 wins this year. How difficult is it to, when you're still winning some races along the way, where's the balance of making decisions to make changes, or to say, well, must just be that set of tires or that circumstance or that track? How do you balance all of that?
Well, I mean, that's kind of the struggle of the whole thing. There really isn't a good answer, I don't think. You just do the best you can with the parts that you have available to you. And, it's been, a long, we've been running the 410 now for, I think, 11 or 12 years. And, I really never kept a setup notebook early because, me and my family could never financially afford to sustain running a 410. So now I've got a pretty big notebook once we kind of figured it out. And, it's just things just keep changing, and you just got to stay on top of it and try stuff. I mean, I think half of the notebook has garbage in it, but that's part of learning, so.
Bill, you said, your family financially, it's been a struggle to keep going. You won 8 championships with the IRA Bumper to Bumper Series. You've obviously managed to keep up. What has led to that success? Is it hard work? Is it talent? Is it crew members? What do you think has led to the continued success over all this period of time?
Yeah, I think just staying on top of everything. This year, I've been racing the IRA with Mike Erner in the Ryan Auto car, so it's actually all their stuff, their hauler and everything like that. And then my car, we've been using it kind of outside the IRA. So that's been really good. He has, nice engines and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I mean, there's been several crew guys, that have helped me for years and years. And, and a couple of them have left and stuff, but it's been, just that dedication and having your family and your sponsors believe in you. And then, you got to do the best you can. If someone is going to believe in you and do something with you, I guess you owe it to them to put in 110%.
Well, there's no doubt you do that. That's for sure. It is so much fun to see you wheel that car along and around the race course. You talk about the split schedule. You, of course, focus back. A couple years ago, you had kind of moved, took a year, kind of went on the road and did a little bit more, stayed away from the IRA. You raced some with them, still picked up a number of wins along the way. Now you seem to have settled back in. Does that balance with all of the one of the topics we've had here across the board as Wing Nation is the Midwest is growing with what we see at Jackson. Knoxville continues to just evolve. We see MOA doing well down just a little bit south of you guys. And do you feel comfortable with the balance that you have of IRA being the primary focus, yet you have in your car to run those other big races along the way? Are you happy with that balance that you found?
Yes, I am, but I would also like to do more and bigger, faster, more stuff, what I mean? But it doesn't always make sense. But and I'm not sure what we're doing next year, but I don't foresee us running for another IRA championship. I want to race out east a little more, or, run some of that all-star stuff, or, I guess I don't really know exactly which direction we're going to go in, but this year we didn't get to go to Knoxville until the Knoxville Nationals, and I'd like to go there a few times and, and just kind of hit some of them bigger ones and on kind of a bigger setting. So, yeah, we'll see.
Bill, I read a quote from you recently that said, years ago, I didn't think I'd be able to race 100 410 shows, let alone win that number. You hit your 100th win this year. What does it mean to you to have 100 410 wins under your belt?
I mean, yeah, I guess I can't really believe it. It's been, like I said, just a long decade here, and we've, I think Sam's coming on the show, isn't he?
Yes, Sam's
Yeah,
next.
so I think it was my first year. It was his first 410 race. He went up to northern Wisconsin, and we raced against each other, and it was really fun. It was a long time ago, so it was kind of neat, but yeah, that win, the 100th win, we started on the front row, but there were some really good cars there, and it was very satisfying that night, just the way it all went and stuff. So, but, I can probably soak it in a little bit more in the wintertime. I'm just trying to stay busy and stay on top of things here.
Do you, Bill, final question for you. We've had so much fun with you, the North Pole Nightmare, originally from Alaska. Do you go back to Alaska like during the winter? Do you get a chance to get back up there or not?
So, yeah, we just got tickets yesterday, so we're going to go probably after the IRA banquet, go up there for a week, see all the boys and all the family, and it's probably going to be really cold, but that's about the only time we can go, so we put up with it.
Exactly. Well, that is great. Well, I'll tell you what, it's so much fun to watch you wheel that car and see you all in victory lane all the time. We appreciate the time. Congratulations on the championship. Congratulations on that milestone win a few weeks ago. You won again at Plymouth this weekend. You're racing again I'm sure we're not done talking with you. I'm sure we're not done seeing your smiling face in victory lane. Congratulations on all the success, and thanks for the time here today.
Hey, thank you guys very much.
There we go. Bill Balog, the North Pole Nightmare.
That's
Scratch, claw, dig, work, work. And the next thing you know, you got 100 410 wins.
8 championships.
8 championships. That's pretty awesome, and one of the really good guys in the sport, by the way. Speaking of good guys in the sport and scratching and digging and clawing and digging, Sam Hafertepe Jr. is in the same category, and he joins us next.
For over 50 years, drivers in sprint car, midget, micro, modified, and even dirt late model have taken the checkered flag on Weld Racing Wheels. Legendary drivers like Joe Saldana, Carl, Mark, and Steve Kinzer, Doug Wolfgang, and countless other racers have trusted Weld Racing Wheels for their superior strength and lightweight construction to finish ahead of the competition. With 50 years of race-winning engineering and technology, American-made Weld Racing Wheels are designed and built to withstand virtually any abuse you throw at them. Weld Racing. Proven speed.
O'Reilly.
1 out of every 4 batteries will fail this winter. Get yours tested for free during Superstart Battery Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts. We'll help determine the life of your battery or the perfect replacement. Plus, take advantage of the mail-in rebates on select Superstart batteries. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. Limits apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
For 70 years, Martinsville Speedway has delivered.
Capacity crowd rising.
It's delivered excitement.
It's a real ding-dong battle, and Petty again.
It's delivered action.
Camden just wrecked Joey Logano.
It's delivered great finishes.
A grandfather clock for Dale Earnhardt Jr.
And it will deliver again October 29th as the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series returns to Martinsville Speedway for the first Data 500. Call 877-RACE-TICKS or visit martinsvillespeedway.com today.
Hi, I'm Casey Kane. Now back to Wing Nation.
Welcome back. It is MRN's Wing Nation. Oh, Erin and I, we are just solving all the world's problems here and just hanging out talking. Now that you mentioned it, I did hear Craig say mics are hot. 10 seconds. Welcome back. So, hey, there we are. We are back.
Stuff.
We have more fun off the air. We sit around and get talking, and that's kind of why when they turn the cameras and the microphones on, sometimes you catch us by surprise. But we are back. We are having a great time. We appreciate Bill Balog joining us. And joining us now, another driver. Let's see. Oh, he only has 18 wins this year. Only 18 wins this year. Sam Hafertepe Jr. is on the line. Hello, Sam. Welcome back to the show.
Well, I appreciate you guys having me on.
Well, congratulations, Sam. I am telling you what, you have got this thing dialed in. It just seems like every time we tune into the Racing Boys or see what's going on with the ASCS National Tour, your smiling faces in victory lane. You've got to feel really good about the performance of your car and your team over the course of this season.
Yeah, we kind of went in a lull there in July a little bit, late July or early July and mid-July, and right after we won the 15,000 at Skagit, we had a lot of bad luck there, and we hadn't won a race in quite a while, and it just seemed like kind of like we did last year. We went kind of in a drought there towards the end of the year, and I didn't really want to do that this year. And then we picked it up right after Knoxville. We clipped off some more wins, and they keep on coming in.
Sam, we just talked to Bill Balog a minute ago, and he was talking about how difficult it is to stay at that level of success. You have to evolve with the sport. How much do you have to evolve during the season as far as setups goes? I know you've been to a lot of these tracks multiple times before, but how do you have to evolve as the season goes on?
Well, it's really hard to do because, everybody, when you set a precedent like we had early in the year, everybody's still really trying hard to get better and better and better, and you can't just be complacent with where you're at. You have to keep on, trying harder too, because, those guys aren't giving up. Just because, we won a lot of races at the beginning of the year doesn't mean those guys are stopping working in the shop, and just keep working every place we go to. we've got a new combination a lot of times for some places that we maybe weren't as good at in the past. And, the more and more, we keep building our book of knowledge up, the better we get at a lot of places that we haven't been to before and some places that we haven't been as good at before. So that's really the difference between this year and last year is we've been getting better at the places that we struggled with in the last few years, and just keep building our notebook up with notes from various times we've been there, and capitalizing on the nights that we didn't do good, and making some changes for the next time.
Sam, when we get to this time of the year, you guys have been all over the map. You've been, you talked about going to Skagit, of course. We spend a couple of weeks in Knoxville, just hanging out there all the time. When we get to this point of the year, when you're more likely than not just racing Friday, Saturday, or even just one Saturday night show, what's it like at the home base for you guys? Do you get a chance to breathe, to maybe work on some other projects as the gruel of the summer is over? What's this time of year like for a race team like yours?
Everybody's in a little different boat this time of year, but for us it does get a little easier just because we're back at the shop every week most times. We travel out on the weekends. For the way the ASCS deal's laid out, it works out real well for us to get back during the week. Get some good rest, in our own beds, and then, then travel out the weekend. Get the weekend there, and then come back, and it just gives us a full week to prepare. Which, we don't really need the whole full week, but it definitely makes it nice to get that full week.
Sam, you talked about building up your notebook with setups and things, and I know every driver is different, but how involved are you in setups and trying new things like you mentioned, versus crew chief's help or crew chief's decisions?
Our shock package has roughly stayed the same, the last few years. With Super Shocks, we've got a good balance. Brian gives us some good stuff, and it's really fits me very well. So, that really doesn't change as much as, as we try different bar combinations in a lot of different places. People think we run the same stuff everywhere, and, it's really not true. There's places that we've struggled at in the past, and we've been trying a lot of new things this year, and I really think the two strong points were, at Jackson, when we won the 10,000 there, and then last week when we won I-80, won the 5,000 there. We tried, a big track combination that's been a little different from what I normally do, but it's been proven to be really, really fast for us the last few times we ran them at some of these bigger places. So I'm really that excites me going forward, because I feel like, we've got something to offer at almost every racetrack we go to now.
Oh, good news for everybody. You're good on the big tracks now, too. How about that? There we go. You know what? We had Bill Balog on before you. And Bill shared with us, and he knew that you were coming up on the show, and we talked about Bill getting his 100th win in the 410s, and he shared with us that he just thought it was kind of interesting that he remembers maybe one of your first races, which was one of his first races. I mentioned that to kind of tie it together. The question is, Sam Hafertepe sitting here today versus Sam Hafertepe 10 or 12 years ago, what is the one thing you would have told young Sam, knowing what you know now, what is the one thing you'd have told young Sam as you and Bill Balog were kind of starting out in this deal?
I think about that all the time, and I really wouldn't have changed anything. Everything has happened for a reason. It's made me, successful now, and the things you don't know then, you don't know until you try them. And, you always want to learn faster when you're younger. And we just did things a little different back then. I still set the car up for the most part and ran my own race team even back then. And, if you wanted to hit success fast, you'd hire a guy like Ricky Warner or Lee Stauffer or some of those kind of guys and get them in there and make you better faster. But, by not doing that, it made me learn more about the race car, more about the engines, more about the whole package. And I think that's really my strong point now is there's not a part of the race car that, that we're weak on. There's everything that, we touch, we feel like we have a good grasp of knowledge on every bit of the race car. And I feel that's what's made us, really successful lately.
That is really good.
Yeah.
Got a good handle on the engine, got a good handle on the chassis, got a good handle on the racetracks, and pretty good behind the wheel of a race car, too. So pretty good handle on a steering wheel as well. Sam, congratulations on all the success. I know you got some big races coming up yet to go, trying to lock down this ASC National Championship, but congratulations on the wins, and thanks for the time here today on Wing Nation.
Yeah, we appreciate always coming on with you guys, and hopefully we can get on a few more times this year.
Absolutely. We'll count on that. Thanks, Sam.
Thank you, guys.
Sam Hafertepe Jr., and that's funny listening to Bill Balog. When you look at these two, you know, while they do their business in different forms, 410 and 360, their stories are very comparable in that they just keep slugging it out, a workmanlike. They're not flashy. But, man, when you start adding it up, it's like, man, they're accomplishing some Hall of Fame numbers.
Absolutely. And it's neat to hear like someone like Sam talk about how much he knows about the whole car. You know, a lot of drivers just drive. He's setting it up. He's worried about the shocks, the engine. He's part of all of it.
You know, you go back and young Sam hires Ricky Warner or a Ricky Warner type guy. And, of course, you know relationships like that come and go. You know, and he goes 7 years of success with him, and then he can't find that Ricky Warner guy. What's he like? Right now, Sam has got all that between his ears and all that experience and knowledge. Man, he's got that. He's taking it with him down the road. That's good news for him and bad news for everyone when that car rolls into the garage, the pit area. So, hey, we need to step away. When we come back, more Wing Nation.
Citywide to countryside, whatever you drive, wherever you go. Hercules Tires has the value, selection, and industry-leading warranty to get you there, no matter where the road takes you. To learn more, visit HerculesTire.com. Hercules Tires, ride on our strength.
The National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum's newest feature exhibit is our Salute to Champion Sammy Swindell, June 9th through October 15th, at the only museum in the world solely dedicated to sprint car racing, the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum in Knoxville, Iowa. Stop in and check out 8 of Sammy's original race cars and see his trophies, uniforms, and more as you learn about his outstanding career. The Salute to Champion Sammy Swindell is only this season at the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum in Knoxville.
Today Toyota's featured NASCAR fan is Dr. Tom Pierce.
So, Dr. Tom, what's your claim to fame?
Well, due to all of Toyota's NASCAR wins last year, I wrote thousands of doctor's notes for fans for overexcitement hypertension, a condition that requires a day off work to rest.
Sounds like a responsible doctor.
Doctor? I'm not a real doctor, bro. Would a doctor get a guy off work for overexcitement about the new Camry? Because I did.
Let's go NASCAR fans!
Toyota, let's go places. To learn more, visit toyotaracing.com. NASCAR is a registered trademark of the National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing, Inc.
Find Wing Nation on iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, and in the MRN.com Media Center.
Thanks for joining us. Welcome back. It is MRN's Wing Nation, presented by Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength. Time to take a look at the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum birthday calendar. Yesterday would have been the birthday of Mike Nazaruk. Okay, Mike is a 1996 inductee into the Sprint Car Hall of Fame. Was around born on this day in 1921. Nickname was Iron Mike, and he was from Newark, New Jersey.
Wow.
He was in the Battle of Guam in World War II as a Marine, and he promised himself that if he survived the war, he was going to be a race car driver.
Oh, interesting.
I think it's interesting just to hear the general mindset then versus where we're at now.
Yeah.
I mean, so the good news is he survived the war, and he went on to become one of the prolific midget racers, particularly 1947 track championships in New York at Staten Island and Rhinebeck, won at Orange County, an ARDC championship, two-time winner two-time racer, 3 times racer in the Indy 500, finished second in 51, fifth in 54. Incredible races along the way. Tragically killed in a sprint car race at Langhorne on May 1st of 1955. But the stories of guys like Mike Nazaruk, they're contained in the Hall of Fame, and they're the ones that allow guys like Bill Balog and Sam Hafertepe to be doing what they do. So we love the Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum, turn number 2 in Knoxville, sprintcarhof.com. So there we go. There we have it. Awesome, indeed. Hey, a big one this weekend. We're going to talk to Jeremy Standridge on Thursday on our preview podcast. We're going to talk about Sprint Car Mania at Fairbury American Legion Speedway out in Illinois. Great racetrack, great fun. And on Saturday, David Gravel joins us on MAV TV. So, hey, stay with us all week long. We appreciate you joining us here today on the show.
You've been listening to Winged Nation, presented by Hercules Tire, right on our strength. You can also find Winged Nation on iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, and in the MRN.com Media Center. Winged Nation is a production of the Motor Racing Network. All rights reserved.